I may as well get this party started, see if anyone joins in.
Okay. Woohoo.
Welcome to New Super Luigi U for Wii U. I'm your host, Killer Keenstar, presenting to you a speed boy. That's what I present. Oh, Moistened War has joined. Hi, Moist. Welcome to the restream, where I watch my video for an hour. Merry Christmas. I woke up for you Americans for this and nobody came. What a sloppy play in this first world. I know that for sure. Oh jeez. Your mic isn't working. Moist, your mic isn't working. There we go. I hear you. I hear you singing. I'm gonna turn you up. Oh.
Can my mic work, please?
Yes, it does.
Yep. Alright, it's like shit quality now. But like, fuck, why are my headphones like... Why is my headphone mic thingy now? It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. That's
Fucking
right.
microphone.
Yes, this was the first level I had sloppy play in. Yep, I completely missed the jump. And then missed the pipe.
Hold up, some random ass dude clipped something from 12 hours ago from my thingy. Like, it was a... Hold up, what is he... Why did he even clip that?
I don't know.
I saved, like, a thingy and I didn't die?
So now that... I don't know.
I'm fucking confused.
So now that we've done 1-1 and 1-2, and we're 2 seconds behind world record, we go into the run killer, currently for me, 1 tower, with Nabbit. I hate this movement. This level has such awkward platforming. I remember I didn't do it well, but I still did it alright. I still beat some... Funny story. Moist, did you see the clip of the kid who, tried to submit a, castle, like a tower run? IL run?
Yeah.
And
I saw some... I didn't see that, but I saw some guy... I think he submitted, like, something under the wrong category, so he submitted, like, a 48-minute time for 100%.
I saw that. Nah, some kid tried to, submit an IL time for this, level here. But he, with Nabbit, first of all, he did it... He got into the door 7 seconds slower than the fastest possible time. And then that's where he ended his IL. He didn't actually do the boom boom fight.
Oh.
So, it got rejected.
Nice.
World 1 after one tower, the rest of World 1 is pretty easy, in a sense. Only a few little things can stuff up the run, like entering the level with the wrong person for me. Could have barely practiced any of them with Luigi.
Thanks, Chef.
The next run killer for me is the RNG part.
Don't you have to be like literally retarded to enter the level with the wrong character?
I've done it multiple times.
I mean, that's like me losing the run to 8-5 power equip, which I've done like 3 times before. None of them were on good paces. Like that. None of them, I think the 22 paces I had both died to 8-6.
8-6.
What are you laughing about, fam?
Hey, Sam.
Hold up.
Is that a puppy? I almost died there, actually. I almost ran off the edge. Yeah, but pretty much these levels are really easy. Not much happens in them. Moving on to one castle. Again, this is really easy. It's just a lot of flying over blocks and like a lot of flying over stuff, so it's not that difficult. As long as you know where to go, you're fine. I played this part wrong and I lost a few seconds because of that. But apart from that, I think I still did alright. Oh, oops. Didn't mean that. Just opening up a layout so I can, oh for fuck's sake, get off my... There we go. Ah! Oh, that's when the run will end. So, yeah. See, I ended split off with a 752
Yeah, I'm a winner.
in World 1. So I went World 1 off with a 752. So I lost about 7 seconds to my sum of best. So not too bad, not too bad. Moving into Layer Cake Desert. There's
Woohoo!
one level that I don't like in this world, and one thing I don't like about this world. The level I don't like is Layer Cake Desert, I think it's 4. Yeah, Layer Cake Desert 4. Pretty much the one with the, not the mushroom level, the other one. That level I don't like because there's a movement-based thing with Nabbit that's really tedious to do. And then the thing I don't like is the RNG. Most all castle runners don't like the RNG in World 2 because it's just painful. And it can easily kill runs, and I think I didn't get good RNG and I got hit by the Fire Bro, which is lucky in a sense considering Fire Bro is faster than Goomba. But it's faster to get no hit, and then I picked up the Acorn as well, which I mean, it kept the run alive at some point. moving off to the second split of the run, we tend to always go right off these splits. This level is marginally faster than the other one, because the other one there are points in time we have to wait for moving objects to open up, whereas this one you can always just hold, right and go, and so this level's just basically making sure that you're not running up slopes and you're always running down slopes. An 83 I think is possible there, but I'm not sure. It was an 82 just coming up an 83, so that level was pretty well done. Coming up to the next level, we have 2 Tower. 2 Tower is pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. I think I stuff up one segment, so that lost me a couple seconds as well. So that's where some of my time loss went as well in this world, this level and the RNG. So this first segment is pretty easy once you understand it. I spun a bit too much there. You don't need to spin that much. The second part, I went too early and bonked, and yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. Had to redo it. Spun it enough this time. And then this last one is not that difficult either. It's just a matter of getting up fast enough so you can... That was a pretty optimal final segment too. Considering we got it just on the... we got it pretty much on the first frame possible to get in that door. Standing on an object. This boom boom fight's really easy as well. It's just a matter of jumping with Luigi, from where he's standing straight away, and then just gliding into him, and you'll always land on his head. And that's pretty much the first half of World 2 done. Now we move on to the RNG. The RNG segment, it can be manipulated in a way, but not necessarily. You really want to hope for the Goomba and the Fibro to move away from you, but not in the direction you want to go. So if you're standing above them, you can just go up and then to the right and you're done. But if you're standing, say, below them, that means you have to go past them to get to the other side, which is unwanted. So in this part here, I'm waiting for the fire bro to go in opposite direction, and he ended up moving into me. So it's not good when they're on that first part, because you have to go up and down waiting for them to move away, these 2 blocks or spaces. However, I didn't quite nail that, so I'm in a bit of shambles. Although, then the acorn rolled into me, so it meant I have an acorn and a propeller hat, which isn't the best thing in the world. And then the Goomba started chasing me, so that was really good. So we got hit once there. Well, twice if you want to call the acorn a hit. But apart from that, it was actually pretty good. It was alright. We got the faster one. We got Fibro instead of the Goomba, so that's alright. This next level is the one where it's tedious. This is the tedious segment I keep talking about. You have to jump off of these moving objects, which kill a lot of your momentum. And you have to land on these pipes with piranhas on them, which isn't the easiest thing to do in the world. And then you have to jump onto those moving objects again, and you have to repeat that twice. And then once you've done that, you pretty much complete the level from that point on. This next, we did this level again to get the secret exit, because it's faster to take the secret exit in World 2 than to take the secret exit in World 1, because the secret exit in World 2 is a land-based one, and it's a lot faster than the one from Acorn Plains, because Acorn Plains secret is a water level, and we don't like playing water levels half the time. But also, I think you can get an 82 on the clock in the secret exit from this one, and you only get a 76 in the other one. So that's a 6-second difference. Of course we're going to take this one. Moving on, we have my favorite level in the run. This level looks really good when done right. You get so much speed off these spinning objects from spinning. It's insane. Because spinning pretty much keeps your momentum. And this is the best part. And because you've spun into a glide and you've bounced off his head, it means you kept most of your speed. So we glide over that part pretty easily. And you end the clock with a 71 there, which is the most optimal time you can have in that level. It looks really cool and it's really easy. Moving on to One Tower. This level, I mean, not One Tower, Two Castle. Two Castle's really easy. The only reason it can be hard is if you play it incorrectly or do some movement wrong. That goes with most levels. But if you can do the level just like this, you're fine pretty much. So from our Acorn Plane split, we were about 16 seconds ahead of PB. Finishing up Layer Cake Desert here now. This was this Morton fight, I believe it is. I think it's Morton. Yeah, Morton. Roy is the. This is Morton. There is no way of dodging that bounce, but it's alright because it sets us up for this. That wasn't the most optimal hit. It was a pretty fast hit, but it wasn't the most optimal. You can hit him just before he smacks out the thingo. And then the boss fight's pretty much just like Ludwig after that. After you do that first hit, it's pretty much Ludwig after that. I refer to the boss fight like Ludwig because if you've seen 80% runs in both New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, you know that Ludwig, you have to fly up, hit him when he's in the air, and then whichever side he goes to first is the side he'll pop out of, so you can just jump up and hit him, and then he'll go to the opposite side after that. That's why I refer to it as a Ludwig fight. So that's World 2 done. I finished that split 1 second ahead of PB with a 17:35. World record gets a 16:50 there, so I'm 40 seconds behind world record already. Mainly because I lost time to RNG. Coming into Frosted Glacier, there's one level I'm pretty much not comfortable with half the time, and it's the first level here, Bruises and Barrels. This level's movement base is weird. This first segment's really easy, just getting up here and jumping up. It's a vertical level, so that sucks. And then getting this. I missed the jump, the best jump, and almost got hit by the piranha. That would have been a reset there if I got hit by that piranha. Apart from that, not too bad. 80, I think 82 or 83 is the most optimal time there, so I lost about 3 seconds-ish to that level. Not too bad though. We haven't lost Acorn just yet, which is a good thing. After this, the next couple of levels, actually I think the rest of Frosted Glacier is optimal with Nabbit. What you're meant to do there is you're meant to jump up that slope, but I ran up it because I was being dumb when running this. When I was running this level in the run, yeah. So the most optimal time you can get on the clock here is 77. We got a 76 because we ran up the slope. So, oh well. And that's the reason we play that level with Nabbit, because the most optimal time is a 77, and Nabbit can't get fireworks. So it works out. Coming up to 4 Tower. This level's really easy if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's actually pretty difficult. So the main goal is not get hit by these, I wanted to call them glaciers, but I can't remember the name for them. And I failed and got hit, and then panicked a little bit. I mean, that's not too bad. I went to go grab the star coin, thinking I was running 100%. There we go. That's the level. It wasn't the most optimal, but it was still pretty good, in my opinion. So this Boom Boom fight, the Boom Boom gets introduced to jumping really high. There's no way Nabbit can hit him when he jumps up because his jump goes really short. So you just end up jumping from your position, and a big jump always lands where the Boom Boom will land. So before he lands there, before you land there. So you end up hitting him just fine. It's a good Boom Boom fight. Sloppy 4 Tower though, but nothing we can really do about it. Moving on, we get another cutscene where the castle gets even more evil. Oh no, not Peach. Princess Peach is gonna die. So, Frosted Glacier 3 Fire and Ice. This level is one of those movement-based levels. It's not that difficult, but can have a lot of things go wrong. I bonked there because I don't know, I dropped an input or I didn't end up pressing the B button or the A button, so that's why. So the rest of this level's pretty easy. Not much really to talk about here. 79 I think is the fastest time on the clock, but because we bumped earlier in the level, we ended up getting a 78, so we lost about a second there. The next level is actually faster with Nabbit because the fastest possible time is a 77, but I'm uncomfortable playing with Nabbit, so I ended up playing with Luigi because of the ability to glide and just the movement in this level is really easy with Luigi. I pretty much played it how I play 100%, minus grabbing 2 of the coins. And I ended up having to wait for the clock here. So moving on. Next we have the ghost house. This ghost house can be easy. This ghost house looks easy when you watch M-Chan or I run it. It looks easy, but it can be easily messed up, and this can be a run killer too. I was an unoptimal ground pound. It was still faster than not ground pounding, but still too slow. So this level, these moving objects are really hard to gauge, and that part just there, where I warped off of an object hiding behind the big boo, I almost died to, and that last jump off of those moving objects also nearly died too. But it's really deceiving. Those objects move at a pace that is uncomfortable, so jumping on them is not that easy, especially when Nabbit and Luigi's jump is a lot larger than Mario's. So when you jump in the level, you end up going a little further than the object is, so you kind of have to gauge when you're going to go too far, so you're going to do a big jump or something. Finally, 5 Tower, another Nabbit level. This level's actually deceivingly, is very deceiving as well, especially the part coming up in a bit. Because of these swamps, they when they hit the ground, they shake the screen. So this part here with the red coins, this part's really difficult because you always have multiple and you're jumping on pretty small platforms. And I've died there before, so it's not fun. Especially when you're on a better PB pace. Pretty good 5 castle, however, 70 in the door isn't too bad on 70. These airships are actually like, they're not meant to work by all laws of aviation. Wendy fight's really easy. Just kind of got to hit Wendy and then stand in these edges. It's another Ludwig form of fight where Wendy will always go there. And this second hit is my favorite hit in Wendy. Because of how it works. And then you just wall kick and you end up hitting Wendy as soon as she gets out of her thing, and it's really cool. I like it. 137 on the clock, not too bad, not too bad. And my world 4, was a 2551, and that was actually a golden split too, so good on me. The harder part about world 4 is getting back fast, like getting back to world 3 at a good speed, whilst also not hitting these like penguin boys. So I could have gone there, but I ended up waiting so I can nip this acorn because I wanted to be a bit safe. And then I ended up waiting another rotation. You see how close you cut it with those penguins sometimes. So we grab this Yoshi, this blue Yoshi, and he comes in handy in the second level of World 3. Because the second level of World 3 is one of 2 swimming levels, I call it swimming level, in all of World 3. One of 2. And so the second one is a vertical swimming level, so it's just fast to be able to spam. However, the first one is a horizontal level. So this is why we grab the baby Yoshi, because the baby Yoshi can swim really fast horizontally. But first we have Sparkling Waters 1. Very easy level. Not the easiest level in the run, but still pretty easy. If you know what you're doing, it's one of those levels where you can just do it without really thinking about it. Moving on to Sparkling Waters 2, however, this is the level where Baby Yoshi comes in handy. I'm still not the best at swimming with Baby Yoshi, so I kind of didn't do so well. It was still faster than my PB. Because in my PB, I entered this level with Luigi thinking I had Baby Yoshi. Well, in my previous PB. So here I kind of stuffed up movement, so I had to kind of readjust. We end up getting hit, but that's not a problem. If you can re-grab Baby Yoshi, it's really fine. This next part, I got perfectly. This is the optimal line, in a sense, because you swim right into the pipe. And you just let go of Baby Yoshi and get in the pipe. And then you leave Baby Yoshi behind, because he's not necessary anymore. 71, not too bad. I can't remember what the most optimal time is there, but it's pretty optimal. So moving on to 3 Tower. 3 Tower is really easy. It's pretty much knowing where to go. And if you like sight reading, it's not even that hard either. We play this level with Nabbit because of these crushes, obviously. It was pretty good movement, actually. That was the most optimal jump. And I think an 84, 85, maybe 85 is like the most optimal time you can get there. So it was a pretty good 3 Tower by me. A lot of the time loss for me comes from the RNG part, and there were a couple things in World 6. So again, this is the exact same Boom Boom fight from World 4. So you really don't need to worry about like what's different and stuff. Moving on, we have this ghost ship. Ghost ship is... It exists. It's not a good level by any means. It's a pretty bad level, actually. The goal with this level, you have these poles. These poles slow you down. You also have these blocks that rotate. You want to kind of get them as they're rotating down, or they have the downside. And also you don't want to fall off them to go in the water. So the whole goal is to stay on these rotating objects and always be going down. So I lost a few frames there because I was going up. Again there. And in this last segment, they're always rotating to the right. So you can just run along them and they'll push you down. So, and that's really the ghost ship. Not that difficult of a level, but not in any sense either. We move on. So this next split, both these levels are about the same speed, but we always take the one above because the geyser disappears there, and as it reappears, the Cheep Cheeps go over it. However, on the other one, the geyser appears straight away in front of us, and the Cheep Cheeps go over it straight away as well. So in this level, I thought I died. I waited a little bit too long there, so I knew I wasn't gonna get a 77 on the clock. So here's where I thought I died. So we ended up getting a 76. No chance of a 77, but it could have been a little faster. And now we're 1 coin off of a 1-up. Moving on, we got Dragon Eel Depths. This level again is another Nabbit level. This was the vertical swimming level I was talking about. So pretty much you just got to spam as fast as you can. Try not to bump on a roof or anything, except for the one block you break. That's it. So yeah, you got to kind of not bonk your head on there because that kills momentum. And here you don't want to get hit by the urchins, which I did a good job of. And now, my swing isn't the fastest going vertically, but it's also not the slowest. It's good enough for me. And 79, not too bad, not too bad. And now we move on to the final level of World 3. This level can be done with both Luigi or Nabbit. It's really what you feel comfortable doing. Luigi makes most of the platforming easier, but also then ends up making other segments harder, whereas Nabbit makes the platforming harder, but it makes other segments easier. I always choose to do this level with Nabbit, just because it's been a knack for me. So this is where Luigi comes in handy because of his gliding ability. You just glide over that instead of having to have to land on it and then jumping off of it. But it's not that difficult for me. This is the part where Nabbit comes in handy because any wrong movements with Luigi and you end up getting hit. And I've always done this level with Nabbit. Finally, this last bit's not that difficult. Just gonna make sure you do the right platforming, and you're gonna be enough jump there. 72 pipe, not too bad, not bad at all actually. Pipe and indoor. It was a good World 3. Most of our time loss comes from 3-2. 3-2 is a pretty difficult level when not done right. But it's nothing to complain over. We still did it pretty fast. This fight is pretty easy once done correctly. I kind of didn't jump up these geysers, so it kind of put it off. But the whole goal is to get it so that you're standing in this position here, and you'll always land on top of it. Lemmy will always come up into you when you're standing on that geyser. And then for the last hit, Lemmy goes to the left here. A 144, not a perfect time, but not bad at all either. We ended off Sparkling Waters with a 34-31. I'm not sure what world record gets there. I think world record gets like a 33-42 or something. I can't remember what he gets. So this is where the secret exit comes in place. We take the secret exit because it's a lot faster than going through an auto-scrolling airship with a horrible boss fight. These geezers always are the same, no matter what you do. If you go deathless through the world, they will always be the same. Every single map movement is the same if you do it deathless, except for the World 2 map movement. That's it. Here I played it a little wrong. What you're meant to do is you're meant to spin off that, and it gets you enough height so you can fly up to them. But instead I kind of did it a bit wrong, and yeah. I mean, an 84 isn't too bad, 85 into that pipe is a lot better. 82, not too bad.
Made it.
Now that we've finished up the first half of the game, I like to call it the first half, yes, the first half. We go for a slide down the ice slide of slidiness. Here we meet World 5, Soda Jungle. So when you come into these later worlds, the last 4 worlds of the run, if you run any percent a lot, the last 4 worlds aren't that difficult. The last 2, World 7 and Peach, are exactly the same. There's only one similar level in Soda Jungle, and it's this first level. The swinging rope vines or something. I can't remember what they're called. What the level's called. But the one thing that makes this run good is you have no 5 tower skip. 5 tower skip is a run killer in every sense. Giant swing along. This level can kill runs if you think you're dead. I think I have a little goof up here and thought I was dead. Yeah, here. Instead of doing what I normally do, I hit the Koopa and kind of almost stuffed up the run for me. Luckily that didn't happen, and the run kept going. $78. 79 is the fastest time. Because we forgot to spin off one of these vines, it ended up being a 78. 78 is still a good time, however. And usually what happens is, this is where Toad comes out, but because Toad came out of World 2, we can just move on. So Dancing Blocks Poison Swamp is the first secret exit of World 5. There's 2 secret exits in World 5. This one makes it so you skip the whole jungle and the tower. And it's a really awkward secret exit to get, actually. Because you have to ground pound this block, and this switch comes out, and you gotta kind of land on it as it's coming out, and jump off of it so you start gliding to these platforms. So you can end up getting an 81, 82 up into this next segment. We got an 80 because we kind of missed the thing. However, a 76 isn't that bad. 78 is technically possible in this level. It's really difficult, however. Moving on. We now have Sumo Bro Bridge. This is a kind of scary level in a sense. It's a really cool level when done correctly, but it's also very scary. All because of this one segment. So this first part's really easy. This next part I like to call the Gauntlet. This is the part coming into this part. This part is the scary bit because you have to land on this. Green pipe and not get hit by the lightning, which isn't that hard. And this part I almost get hit by the sumo. We end up with a 76 on the clock. Not too bad, not too bad. Say not too bad at all. We lost about 2 seconds because of getting hit, because of not landing on that pipe. You always, when you land on that pipe, you never get hit. And you just jump off of it anyway afterwards. It's a really cool level when done right. That pipe jump looks really cool because you have the lightning around you and stuff. 5 Castle, not a difficult level. Any little mistake and it can be bad, but it's not a difficult level in that sense. pretty much the easiest thing in the world, honestly. I spun jump off of that rope. You shouldn't really do that. Don't do that. You go too far. There's no point. Iggy fight. Iggy is a weird fight. I kind of came up with a technique that works for me for the fight. But he does have a sense of RNG to him. And it's the first hit. He takes longer to come out of the left side going to the stripe height than the right side. And he'll always drop after the first hit, so if you can block those, that's why we play this level with Nabbit, is to block those spells, because if you block them, Iggy drops quicker. And then this technique I came up with is just jumping over him and running to the side, jumping over him and running to the side. You always kind of end up, I always tend to end up where he's going to like pop out of his shell. He always comes out of the same side twice though. Think of it. So that's Iggy Cooper done. My world fire was a 41.09. World record gets a 40.08. Sub 40 is possible in Soda Jungle. So I'm about a minute behind world record now. Mostly because of movement based stuff and also the RNG. World 6 went to shambles, kind of. So World 6, I pretty much did World 6 pretty good in my PB run. In my PB, I hit Tower 2 well. I did it really well. However, I missed a couple things in levels. So the first two levels are pretty easy. Mount Fozzie is the only Nabbit level of World 6 in this run. And it's not that difficult of a level. I almost die, I think. No. This level is pretty easy if you practice. If you've done it a couple times, it's not that difficult to do. And you end up with a 76 on the clock. So, all in all, pretty good level. Coming up now, we have the Hucket level. Porco Puffer Cavern, not Hucket. Porco Puffer Cavern. I always call them Huckets. Again, this level's not difficult. It's kind of just optimizing movement in a sense. You can land on that platform there. I played a little safe by grabbing 2 poles instead of 1. You can grab 1 pole in this level and be fine. So yeah. So 79 on the clock. Not too bad, not too bad. Moving on to 1 tower. In my PB I played this level with Nabbit, but in practice I'd learned how to do the clip and a good consistent way for me to get the clip. Didn't mean I wasn't gonna ace the level though. So let's just watch how this goes. I'm gonna keep quiet for this level. And you can mourn in the loss of this level. Because this clip isn't easy, but it's not difficult either. So this whole point of this level is that you hit secret blocks there to get those rolling boys to kind of get those rolling boys to break those blocks for you. I ended up getting hit twice by these big rolling boys and lost Acorn. So that's not a good thing. You don't want to lose Acorn in this game. So yeah. And so I couldn't actually do this boss fight as optimally as I wanted to. Because with Luigi Acorn form, you can end up getting that. So the clip refers to going through secret blocks hidden in the level that otherwise, if you go in from underneath them, they would appear and you would hit them. However, if you can clip into them, they don't end up spawning.
Yes, I'm a winner.
So this is where I pop another acorn. That's where I pop the first acorn in reserve. So here I pop the first acorn. Almost popped the propeller hat. Propeller hat's pretty shit in this run. It never gets used in any game, in any category of this game. Kind of stuffed up this jump. And ended up panicking, almost losing acorn in a sense. I played it safe there and waited for him to throw his ball because I didn't want to lose acorn again and have to pop another one in 2 consecutive levels. But you'll see why that was a good thing for me to wait there in a second. This level, it's not difficult, but if you stuff up a bit of movement, it can go to shambles pretty quickly. There's a pattern that works really well, and it's not that difficult to get. This next level is this is the first secret exit of World 6, Rising Piranhas. You may not have gotten this the first time in any casual playthrough of this game. You may not have noticed this was here, but you just kind of spin jump off there and go up here, and there's a secret exit. So that's the secret exit, and that's kind of why you need an acorn, because acorn's like the only way for you to get that secret exit in a sense. So it rotates around and you pop into this level. So now we have Sumo Bro Spinning Tower. This is the level that I was talking about earlier, where I nailed it. I had a bit of movement kerfuffle, so kind of wanted to get that out. Couldn't. So yeah. And kind of removed most of the kerfuffle. Then we have this part. And for some reason my down button didn't work, so I didn't end up ground pounding. Almost got hit twice. Luckily we stayed Big Luigi, because his boss fight now is actually slightly difficult without acorn. If I had died here, that would have been a reset and I would not have a PB. I was really taking this part slow, trying to make sure that I'm still ahead of PB. I ended up missing the first hit there underneath him too. He always ends up going back the same way. I tried to get in there thinking I was an acorn Luigi, but I wasn't. And this last hit. There we go. And that's 6 tower 2 done. Sumo Bros spinning lift or whatever. Level's not easy in any sense. It's really cool when done right. Like 100%, the 100% category, the like 100%, that level is really cool. I like it a lot. Now moving on to the castle. This is why we got the secret exit, so we could do the castle. Before I went in, however, I popped another acorn, my final acorn in reserve. Luckily we never end up losing this acorn again, so that's really good. So Roy's Ironclad Castle. I got the best block down the bottom there. If you do that level correctly the same every time, you'll always get that block. But sometimes you can end up getting the wrong block and you end up dying or something, or you get a little slower. And now we come to the Roy fight. Roy's not that difficult. If you know where he pops up, Roy's really easy to beat. But if you don't know where he pops up, Roy's actually pretty difficult. This first hit, pretty easy. And that was not an optimal hit, but it was still pretty fast. Now, because I don't actually know how many times he goes across a bunch, I end up just waiting in the middle because he always spawns in the middle. And then I go to the right here, and he'll always come out the opposite side pretty much, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he'll always come out of the opposite side from where he goes first after that middle hit. So yeah, not that difficult, not at all. Not at all difficult boss fight, but you can see why you might stuff it up. Now moving on to World 7. The rest of the game is pretty much an any percent run at this point, so I'm kind of in the mindset for any percent at this point in time, thinking like, oh shit, okay. And let me say, I wish this was an any percent run sometimes because, oh my god. Just this is a show from this point on. This is on par with my 80% run. Not fully optimal 7-1, however it is still faster than doing it with Luigi. Next is 7-2, hold right. Easy. This next level I wish I got in an any percent run because it was pretty good. I'm just gonna keep quiet for this level. Oh, actually, I forgot that happened. Oh. 59 is the most optimal time there, and I almost got it. Also 69 coins. And I wish I got this Kamek fight in an actual gun. He gives me the best pattern from the bat, and spawns there. The reason that's the best pattern is, you're already in the center block, so if he spawns middle or center, and a 147, that's actually, I think, 4 seconds faster than my PB in this level, and that's actually 5 seconds slower than the fastest possible time. If you get him first hit, boom, fastest possible time. Well, actually, no, I didn't get a 59. This next level, actually, I recently discovered in this ghost house you can get acorns out of, so in any marathon, if I end up losing acorn there, I don't have to worry. I can just play this level. I can just play this level with Luigi and get an acorn in it. But it's really easy. At this point in time, my heart was racing before 7 tower because I'm just like, if I stop this tower up, it's a reset instantly. So my heart was like racing in a sense, but after I completed 7 tower in a really good time, I was like, I calmed down a bit because I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna save time on this world, even though I thought this world was perfect in my PB run, because I had a pretty good world 7 in my PB run. So coming into 7 castle, pretty much the same as any percent. This block always moves faster than you, so there's no point in outrunning it. And then this part here, I didn't slow myself down long enough, so I kind of panicked a bit I started dropping, and I almost got hit by the fire bars. Luckily I didn't. If I got hit by the fire bars, it's an instant reset. I have no acorn to finish up the rest of the game with, and I lose just heaps of time from it. Ludwig boss fight, you just kind of fly up, hit him, and then he did what I said earlier. He goes either side. So, a 149, most optimal time you can get in 7 castles, a 149, so that's not bad. I ended up finishing Marrying You Clouds with a 56-14, not a 26-14, a 56-14. To take this into account... Okay, yeah. So now we go into Airship. Airship is... It's a level that isn't hard, but one little mistake and it's kind of... Oh, it's kind of incorrectly done. So, I do this level differently to most other runners. Most other runners decide to go above the blocks here, so you'll understand which ones I'm talking about. Most runners will decide to go above these blocks, and the whole goal is so that you land on this middle question mark block in a string of 3 question mark blocks. So here, most runners will land on one of these 2 and jump above. I go underneath and jump onto this middle one. And they both end up working out. Going under is slightly riskier because you have the ability to bonk your head, but it's a lot easier coming off of that second jump because it's a double jump, so you get a lot more height off of that. So it's a lot more lenient, so you can jump anywhere off of the block and still get it. However, with like not a double jump, it's not as lenient. And then apart from that, it's just the same airship as every other time. Chan and I differ in this segment too. I like to like hit Bowser and then go back to the ground and try and do that 3 times. Chan likes to glide like in the Kamek fight. It's whatever floats your boat, really. Both of us get 161T, so not too bad. 161 isn't hard to get, but it's still pretty easy to stuff up. Now finally we're coming into the final string of levels in the run. Alright.
Ho-ho! Wah!
Alrighty. Coming into the final world, Peach. This first level gives me post-traumatic stress disorder. If anyone watched California Fire Relief and the Luigi U race, you may know that in this level during the 80% race, I wasn't far behind M-Chan. I was like starting this level while he was like going into the pipe in this level. So I wasn't that far behind in that sense. However, I kind of did a thing at this point. I didn't jump off, like I landed on the edge of the block and my B button dropped an input and I ran off the edge of it. And I ended up dying and losing Acorn and having to do the rest of the run with Nabbit, which is something I'm uncomfortable doing. Because it's like, I haven't done that in so long. Or ever. in that sense. But luckily I didn't die, so we were good. Almost died off jumping off of that Cooper. This next level is where my death in my previous PB was. And it came late into the level too. I missed a jump pretty much. That's what happened. So this first 2 jumps aren't easy. Luckily I hit them and did an optimal spin jump off of, well, not an optimal, but I did a spin jump off of that next platform. And pretty much completed the level. Not that difficult. 89 is the fastest time into that pipe, but an 88 isn't too bad either. We're up to the final 2 levels. My heart is relatively calm, actually, at this point in time, I think. I wasn't panicking too much because I knew, like, there was one last thing that couldn't stop me from PBing here. One last thing. But I'm not that worried about it because it's not the hardest thing in the world. It's not like the previous level. So, this level's not difficult any right. I almost forgot to spin jump off of there, and if I didn't spin jump, I would have had to do the opposite, which is a crouch jump underneath. My crouch jumps aren't the best thing in the world. So this last final platform is a difficult one, but it's not that hard. Pretty much, you just kind of not want to get hit by the bomb or the electricity, and you're good. So at this point, I've nailed that trick. I'm just like, there's only 1 level left, and if I don't stuff it up, the first bit up, I'm pretty much PDing. So coming out of my Peach segment, I'm at a 102.20. So that there is a 102.20. M-Chan gets a, like, just over 1 hour. Like maybe a 1 hour something. Out of that level. So in his PB. So we're 2 minutes behind him. So I end up going for a slightly faster strat than a safer strat. It literally saves 1 second, and not even that sometimes. And the strat saves a second because it's more optimal to be pushed by Bowser Jr. there. So you try to get as much time being pushed. Here, I accidentally did the wrong jump and almost got hit again. And now we're up to the final boss battle with a 3:26 on the clock. This gives us a 3:24, I believe, on the Switch. Yeah, 3:24 on the Switch. And at this point, I'm just like, the last bit's easy. Just do not make a bad move and you're literally PBing here by a full minute. So I'm kind of panicking. 3:16 is the fastest time you can get up into this final boss fight.
Luigi!
But at this point, I'm not stressed in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going like, I'll PB this, even if I make a little mistake. I really did want to get a sub 106. I was really hoping for a sub 105 in this run, but my World 6 was pretty shit. My World 6 was shit. My RNG was shit. Apart from Kamek RNG, that was godly. Optimal first Bowser hit. optimal second Bowser hit, pretty much. And optimal final hit, ending with a 266 on the clock. 267 is probably the fastest time you can get there. My second hit was slightly slower than I wanted it to be. But, all in all, not a bad run. My first deathless all castles run. I mean, not my first hitless, but it is my first deathless. So, it could have been my first hitless if we didn't make little mistakes and one input, like a little mistake and one input drop. But apart from that, it was pretty good for my first hitless, deathless run. 105.42 being, I think, the second time anyone's gotten a 105 in all castles, so I'm not too down about that. Not at all down about that.
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone's here right now. They usually aren't. But that is Super Luigi's U, all castles in 105.42.08. Thanks for watching.